We want to keep our mouths shut, especially as chosen ones. We don't want to be telling people what we're planning to do, what we're going to be doing. You know, when you're just trying to figure things out, when you're just trying to manifest a new life, but you haven't cultivated that life yet, you haven't cultivated the influence or the internal power, the energy, the vibration of obtaining that reality, sustaining that reality, and growing that reality, you should keep your mouth shut. As soon as you verbally tell someone your goal or what it is you're trying to manifest, you've sort of disempowered yourself. And some people, they'll be able to tell this. Like for me, when I used to do it, when I first learned about The Secret, the law of attraction and things like this, I used to tell people what I'm going to do, how much I'm going to make and all this stuff. And there's almost this sense of like disempowerment, like I'm giving away power, or I feel some sense of lack or something weakening within me, you know, that I was saying out loud what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, and how much I was going to be able to achieve. And I would manifest things here and there, but you know, for the most part, I found that you know, I was struggling to create and manifest these goals into my life. It wasn't until like I kept things to myself and I kept it inward, rather than, you know, getting excited and telling someone I'm going to do this and telling someone I'm going to do that or whatever it is, and sharing you know, what I'm doing. Instead, you know, I thought like, well, let me keep it within me. Let me keep it within and use that excitement to drive me to take action. And oftentimes I found as well, when I tell someone my goals, or I even when I say it to myself, like when I repeatedly say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, like I would never do it. Like I would procrastinate on it, and I would create this resistance in doing it. And it, you know, it just gives you this level of like disempowerment. I'm not sure like if you're understanding what I'm saying here, but I've experienced this over and over again. And so I would use the excitement, I'd use that new enthusiasm and sort of tame it a little bit. Like it's a lion that I'm taming. It's like a fire inside that just wants to express itself. But I use that excitement to express through taking action and taking the steps and building the momentum towards the goal. And oftentimes what happens to people is they'll have that level of enthusiasm, that excitement, and then it dwindles over the course of time. And so in those moments, I want you to understand that when it comes to taking action on your goals, when it comes to manifesting, you get that sense of excitement. What I would say is, don't make the decision to take action in that moment. What I would do is see if I can consistently feel like this is something I definitely want to achieve, something that's heart-based and I'm congruent with it. Because oftentimes we get excited and we're feeling that dopamine release, and they're like, yeah, this is a fresh start. I want to get stuff done and I want to do this. But then that excitement dwindles over time. And so you want to think, okay, can I commit to this? Can I be in this relationship with this goal for a long period of time, over the course of time? Because it's a relationship that you're building. So you want to think in terms of marriage, commitment. Am I married to this goal? Am I committed to this goal? You want to have a sense of depth with your goal and what it is you're creating. And so I see the goal as something that's sacred. I see the goal, well, in the past I would see the goal, even now I see the goal as something that's sacred, but sometimes I tell people my goals. Sometimes I'll say like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But for the most part, majority of my goals, they're very secret. They're my goals, and I keep them to myself. And in a way, I see it as God's gift to me. You know, my goals are goals that are not necessarily ego-based. I do have ego-based goals, but most of my goals are channeled from the Most High. Like I connecting with my higher self, I connecting with Source, I connecting with the Blue Avians, I connecting with my archangels and all of this stuff, my ancestors. And I'd be figuring out like, what are my goals? Like when I say my, it's just like not me as in I, you know, identifying with Gavin as a single entity. You know, when I say me or my, it's like, no, my team, you know, all of it. And so for me, it's like, I want to fulfill this mission that I've been given here on earth. So I'm going to keep that to myself. And so also what we got to understand is that there's thought forms, thought forms. People, tell someone your goal, you tell someone what you're doing. Not everyone's going to be unconditionally loving your goal. And so they're going to put a thought form, a negative thought form. There's a part of them that resists you having that or creating that or manifesting that into your life. They're not 100% genuinely happy for you. And it could be literally family members. It could be parents. Sometimes, for the most part, I think parents really do want you to succeed, but also they want to protect you too. Okay. And so you tell your parent, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for this job instead of this job. Now, there's going to be a part of them that might speak up about it and say, well, you should make this decision. They say, well, you need to think about this. Well, and obviously they're advising you sometimes for the most part. But for the most part, they're protecting you too. They're protecting you from any potential danger, from things going wrong, from you making mistakes. But then if you're tapped into source and you're tapped into the universe and you're tapped into God, and now you're making a goal, you need to believe more in that than you believe more in what the opposition or a parent or a friend is saying. And in general, you just don't want to tell people what you're doing. Okay. And then as you do that more and more, you do this for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I can guarantee your whole life will transform because you're keeping it to yourself and you're cultivating and building momentum, you're building power, you're building influence. And so when you do tell someone a goal, you don't feel that same sense of disempowerment. You don't feel like you're weaker. You just know now that every time I say something, or every time I have a goal, I achieve it. Every time I have a goal, I achieve it. Which actually moves on to my next point. You only want to declare a goal that you want to 100% achieve. Okay. I know a lot of people say have big goals, have big dreams, have big ambitions. I don't necessarily agree with that concept. It didn't ever work for me. I would always find that my subconscious is resisting. I'll always find that there's a sense of resistance. It doesn't feel 100% congruent. But when I change it to God's goals, now there's a congruency, I feel more aligned with it. Not only that, I will set, let's say it is a big goal, right? I will set smaller tasks or smaller milestones in order to achieve that bigger goal. Does that make sense? And so, I set out to, a few months ago to get more subscribers on this channel, and the channel started blowing up. But none of you knew about it. But it's starting, we started to build momentum. We found a way to, build a channel faster and stuff. So that's what we got to understand. We only want to set goals that we know we will 100% achieve. And then what happens is your mind starts realizing, hey, when Gavin says something, or when Jamie says something, or when I say something, it actually gets done and I achieve it. You got to be a man or woman of your word. Okay, your word needs to be bond. Meaning if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And you need to look at the little things that you're saying in your life that you're promising to others, promising to yourself, and you're not implementing and doing. Even as little as I'm gonna make sure I wake up tomorrow morning and do 5 press-ups or 5 squats, or I'm gonna go and have a smoothie or whatever it is. And then you don't do it, you don't follow through with what you said you're going to do. Your mind starts to develop this mindset that, hey, when Gavin says something, he doesn't do it. When Gavin says something, or when I say something, I don't do it. And now it's creating those subconscious patterns, those automatic behaviors that when I do something, when I say something, I don't do it. You want to be a man of your word. You want to be a woman of your word. Okay, so you got to be very careful about what you say, about what you're going to do. Okay. And so oftentimes I find myself not saying that I'm going to do stuff. I hardly ever say I'm going to do stuff because I don't want to train my brain to believe that I'm going to do something. I'm going to say something and not do it. I'm going to do it, 100%. Okay. So I will take time with my commitments and the things that I'm aiming to manifest into my life. And one of the most powerful things you can do is get accountability. Accountability is one of the most powerful things you can do to tell someone who actually believes in you, who is actually going to support you, who's actually going to, and that's the thing, when it comes to goals, you can tell someone who's been there, done it, achieved it, and actually is invested in your success. Okay. And some people don't like investing into coaches and mentors and stuff like that, but let's just say you're to invest into a coach, and now they're being paid to keep you on point, to keep you accountable, to make sure you get stuff done. That's a new reframe, right? And you're not giving away your power necessarily, because they're going to be supporting you and pushing it back on you. They're not going to take the vibration. They're going to regurgitate or recycle that energy and push it back on you and keep you going, keep you focused on your goal. So we recently launched accountability coaching. All right. And so you can actually go and claim that. And by the way, it's cheap. It's affordable. Okay. Very cheap, very affordable. And you can apply for that. Not everyone gets on board. In the link in the description. All right. So if you're interested in accountability coaching, then you can go ahead and click the link in the description. It's always very powerful to have someone in your corner. Like a boxer, he's got his coaches in the corner, someone supporting you, someone helping you achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So this is something that is available right now. And so if you feel like you need a little bit of a kick up the butt, you need someone to help you be consistent over a long period of time, then this is for you. The link will be in the description. Check out this video over here on the most powerful way to take action, how to really get into action mode and transform your life. And check out my 3-part series over here on how to raise your vibration correctly. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.